All right, guys, so beautiful day here in North Idaho. I'm just right outside of Coeur Alene right now. I am all loaded up. I've got panniers and camera gear and all those good things, and I am headed out right now to do some solo camping. But first, if you saw my Tractive suspension install video over on the Backcountry garage channel, I need to go and test out this new rear shock. I know, and I'm really confident that it's going to be an amazing shock compared to what the stock one is. Now, don't get me wrong, the stock shock is pretty dang good, but if you've ridden anything with Tractive suspension on it, you know that it is primo. Check out that view, guys. Of course, as soon as I say that, the trees get in the way. But I'm headed out to the same spot where I did the front shock. Sorry, I keep getting distracted here with these amazing lake views, but heading out to the same location where I did the front shock review, and that is an excellent test because that is 2-track with some pretty good jumps and tank traps or water bars, whatever you want to call them. But we'll be able to get this bike airborne and see if it bottoms out whenever we come down hard with fully loaded bike with camping gear on it. So we're gonna do that, and I will see you at the trailhead and enjoy some of these epic North Idaho views. Just a gorgeous day. So one thing I do want to mention is that it's about mid-70s Fahrenheit right now, and I'm wearing the new MSR cryo mesh suit. I've kind of gotten away from wearing riding suits, especially since I've been wearing a lot of Moscow Moto gear, because those can you can kind of piece them around. They're not really armored suits, but this one is fully armored, and man, the airflow in this is just amazing. So definitely more to come on this MSR riding suit, but I just want to give you like my first impression of it. Both the pants and the top super comfortable, and you can feel just a ton of airflow coming through here. So these will be excellent in those good summer days. Right now, like I said, mid-70s, so not too terribly hot, but it's almost like having nice cool air conditioning right now. It's primo. So check out that view. I do have to get on the freeway to get to this location, but with views like this, it's well worth it. Not a huge fan of riding the freeway, but this is about the best case scenario. All right, guys, so like I said, I am out here, and this is the trail that I'll be doing a lot of the testing on for the Tractive suspension on this GSA. As you can see, I've got the bike completely loaded up. Got full panniers on both sides. I've got my top bag with all my camera gear and so on, but I'll be out here testing the suspension out, and then from here going and doing some actual camping, some solo camping for a night, just to get out and unwind like we all need to do out here in the outdoors when the weather gets the way it is today. It is perfect weather, mid-70s, but let's jump into the suspension real quick. If you saw my video, the install, you know this already, but if you haven't, I have a rear Tractive shock here. It has the electronic preload adjuster, just like the factory one does. What's nice about this one, though, is that it is a lot beefier than the factory suspension. And you notice here, it's got 2 adjusters. It has a high speed and a low speed adjustment. Now, the electronic suspension is fully automatic, but what this allows you to do is kind of fine tune your setup when you're out here riding in conditions that may be a little bit more technical than what the geniuses over at BMW engineered this bike to do. So that being said, I have the ability to really soften or lighten up my compression when we're doing big jumps and things like this on a 600 pound or plus 600 pound bike that is fully loaded. So huge upgrade to be able to play with those clickers and get it dialed in exactly how you want it. So I'm gonna get on the bike and we're gonna go have some fun. We're gonna go get this bike airborne. If you've seen my previous video of the front suspension, you know that this is an awesome trail. I also tested out the suspension on the CF Moto on this trail. So this is one of my favorite trails. It's not super long and it's just a blast. So let's go get into it. Alrighty, so here we go. Right out of the gate. Haha. Oh, so much better. I can tell you right now, it already feels 100 times, make sure I'm not gonna lose anything back here, 100 times better than before, because I would hit my skid plate on some of these big jumps, and this just makes it nice and smooth on the landing. Gotta be a little careful through some of these turns because I don't know who else is out here. It might be a shocker, but I don't own the forest. And there are a lot of people out here sometimes. It is midweek, so it may not be too bad. There's a real big one coming up here in a little bit, one of my favorites. Oh, got a little nose down on that one. Let's go hit that one again. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh, that was a good one. Here's another decent one right here. Oh yeah. Did hit my center stand a little bit on that last one. It is crazy to get a bike this big, 650 plus pounds, and loaded down that high in the air. Tell you what, when you're working on the bike, not that I'm working super hard right now, but just having the airflow on this cryo mesh suit is huge. I mean, it feels nice. It doesn't keep you, or it keeps you from getting overheated, and just feels good. Some of these are flat landings and I don't like those, but yeah. Whew, that would have been a good one. Been a little bit since I've ridden, so I'm a kind of bit rusty. It's been a little bit since I've ridden my GS at a faster pace through semi-technical stuff, and I forget just how fun this motorcycle is. It's got kind of a bad reputation of being just too big and too heavy to have fun on. It's more, and you know, people treat it more of as a road touring bike, but it's more than that for sure. With the right skill and patience, because you can't do things as fast, you can go just about anywhere with this bike. Big hole. rocky stuff. Not gonna send it on this one. This one's gigantic. Whee! Give the old girl a quick look over, make sure she's still where she needs to be. Nothing's blown out. Quick little walk around. Everything looks to be good. Shock is still in place. That is one of my most favorite trails, and to ride a bike like this, again, I know that the camera does not do it justice, but that is just a fun 2-track jump after jump after jump trail. So if you can listen to me, you can probably tell that I'm smiling. So anyway, so we're gonna go and find some gravel roads, some potholes, and hit those up and see how the bike handles on just kind of generic adventure riding. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this suspension video. It is exactly what I knew it was gonna be. It's freaking awesome. Here's my takeaway on it. On the highway, if you're familiar with this bike, it really gets rid of kind of that floaty feel when you're in road mode. In dynamic mode, it is very, very planted, like a sport bike. It definitely has better compression and rebound when you're really pushing it in the corners. I didn't really show that in this video, but I've been riding this bike for about a month now with this on here, and mainly doing all road because it's been cold and there has been snow at higher elevations. So that's pretty much the only riding I could do. Now, off-road, it's just like the front was, and basically all of the harshness of potholes, big rocks, all that, it absorbs those, and it just makes it way more plush. However, not so plush to where it feels like it's going to bottom out, or it's too soft, or it's like giving out in areas. As you saw in the video, I mean, I'm hitting things on purpose. I'm getting this bike airborne and off the ground, and I'm loaded down with full camping gear. It's not like I'm sitting here and riding it as if I'm not actually out here on an adventure, because I am. So if I were you, would I purchase this if you're wanting to upgrade your suspension? If you're wanting to upgrade, yes. If you're on the fence and you don't do real aggressive riding, and you are planning on getting rid of your motorcycle in a couple of years, and you're not a person who hangs on to bikes, it's probably not worth the investment. This bike is gonna stay in my garage for years and years to come. So putting the suspension that allows me to ride it how I like to ride it it just makes sense for me. It is expensive, but it is absolutely worth it, especially when it comes to the front shock, because the front shock is known for blowing out. I know guys who have blown it out on their very first ride when they go out and do proper adventure rides. So plan of action. If you want to upgrade the suspension, do the front shock first. Ride it, see how that feels. If you love it and you want to fix the rear, like I said, the factory shock is actually really good, but this is much, much better when you compare the two back to back. So do the front first, then do the rear, and you've got the package, or just go all in and buy them all at once. But I'm really happy with it. I knew I would be, based off of my suspension that I've owned, like the Tractive suspension that I've owned on this, and then I've ridden on other bikes in the past. So am I happy with it? 100%. Should you buy it? It's totally up to you. But it just depends on how you want to ride the bike and what your plans are in the future. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's not a whole lot of information. It's basically just my opinion, and I appreciate you watching, and I know this is all just my opinion, and take it for what it is worth. If you want to see where I go from here and find camp and possibly catch some fish, check out this video right here. And guys, we'll see you in the next one. Links down below for Tractive. It's not sponsored and it's not an even affiliate. So appreciate you guys. See you in the next video.